Si conmigo te quedas o con otro tú te vas, no me importa un carajo porque sé que volverás. Si conmigo te quedas o con otro tú te vas, no me importa un carajo porque sé que volverás. Con otro vamos a ser felices, vamos a ser felices, felices los cuatro. Y si con otro pasas el rato, vamos a ser felices, vamos a ser felices cuatro. Yo te acepto un trato y lo hacemos un rato, y lo hacemos otro rato. Okay. So back to what I was saying. Episode 1, where I came from. All right, so I was born in a little town in California. Okay, I have yet to meet anybody else who's been born there besides my brother. Um, really, really small. But anyways, so that's where I was born, and my parents later divorced. Um, when I was like 5 or 6 or something like that. But anyways, um, so my mom was born here in the United States. My father was born in straight up Mexico. Okay, way deep down south from a little ranchito named El Zapote. Like for real. So I'm talking about way deep down south Mexico. Okay, anyways, that's where he was born. He had well, he had 12 brothers and sisters growing up, straight Hispanic family, really poor. They didn't have much growing up. But anyways, they made the most of it, okay? Um, grandparents, were married for about 70 something years, almost 80 years. Um, very, very traditional Hispanic family. Anyhow, so I was the firstborn for my mother. No, well, for my father. My mother already had 2 daughters from a previous relationship, okay, whom were older than me. One was older than me by 6 years, and the other one was older by 4 years, okay. Both older sisters were not too happy about me, and they actually were kind of mean to me for a lot of my life. So, anyways, um, whenever my mom and my dad, would argue and fight over their probably dysfunctional marriage, I was the one my mom would take it out on. Okay. Um, so my mother would wall out with me. She's crazy. Okay. And I'm aware of that. With all due respect, okay. I'm just telling you guys my life story. It's just my perspective. Um, anyhow, so mom allegedly, is not a drug addict. She's not on alcohol, but god damn it, she does not know how to freaking act, right? I mean, it's very dysfunctional. Okay, so anyways, she told my dad he has an affair on my dad. My dad ends up catching her. I remember one time we were at the guy's house that she was cheating on my dad with. Okay, this lady's over there. She has me and my younger brother, and I can remember my dad sitting outside and he's honking his horn like, there's so much kids out there. And my mom is being so trifling. She'll laid up with the next, you know, telling you. That's why I keep it 100. I know girls can be so trifling. Sometimes they be dirty, grimy. Um. Anyways, and so moving on. Um. My mom and my dad separate, and my mom ends up moving to a city near where we lived at, and took me and my brother with her and my two older sisters. So my mom is a single parent, dealing with life, which I'm a single parent. I know it's stressful as hell. You feel me? Like, I know that it's definitely something that takes a lot of willpower, and you have to be on top of your shit in order to be a successful single parent. You know what I mean? Um, takes a lot of dedication, hard work, time, patience. So my mom didn't have none of that shit. Absolutely not one. Um, at a very young age, I started to have a lot of dysfunction in my life. Um, it started with abuse. Later on, um, sexual abuse. Then was physical abuse, emotional, and everything. I had a really fucked up childhood, and I don't wish it upon any child or anybody. Period. Um, I hope that somebody will receive out of this story, a message, that I have a message for somebody who might think that their life is so fucked up, or, that they have it all bad. And then you really hear my story and you're like, whoa, I don't think I'll be able to, it's not that. So, anyways, and I don't tell you guys these stories so that you guys can have pity party over me or you guys can feel sorry for me. What I'm trying to tell you guys is that in life, you're always going to deal with pain and struggle and heartache. And the fact that we can't make other people act the way we want them to act is going to take a lot of willpower for you to be able to apply that to your train of thought so that you're not the one to let that shit affect you. You know what I'm saying? Know that it's mind over matter, and a lot of things are going to happen in your life. And believe me, I wish things didn't happen in life, but unfortunately they do. And so, what I would like to tell you is that I would like to grow, but I would like to include you guys in my growth. So, that's why I started this channel thing. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that my life has a message for somebody, and that somebody takes something positive from it, and that I'm able to help somebody with my experience, strength, and my hope. Aspiration, dedication, time, motivation. Let me be your motivation. Let me be your whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want for somebody to hopefully hear something that they need to hear. Um, okay, so I stay with my mom, and we now live in an apartment, you know, low income. Sometimes live with grandma, sometimes live with grandma in Mexico. Actually, not sometimes. I've just recently found out that um, when I was a baby, from 0 to 6 years old, like from the time that my parents had me, my dad worked a lot, so he was hardly at home. And I'm sure he probably didn't trust my mom with me because every time they would fight, she would take it out on me, which thank God because I didn't trust her either. Um, I got sent to live with my grandma in Mexico for about 6 years. So from 0 to 6, I lived out there. And I remember when I came back to visit, I was only 4 years old, but most of the time I lived out there, and I did my first communion, confirmation, and everything out there in San Juan de los Lagos in Michoacan, La Piedad. So shout out to that, to mi tierra natal. Um, Spanish was my first language, and I was born here though, in the United States. So I have a lot of mad respect for my culture and where I come from, my heritage, my Hispanic roots, and everything that I've endured and I've learned. Definitely, I don't like to take losses, so I make anything, any situation, whether it be bad or good, I'm always going to try to take something positive out of it. Okay, that has to, no matter how negative the situation was, or how bad it was, or how bad it got, I will always take something positive. I learn from my mistakes so that they end up being lessons and not losses. I'm a real boss. Fuck what it costs. And and so when I got sent back to come out here to live with my mom again, I was already like 6 years old. And so I'm going to school. And actually, I was that I can remember. I was like 7. My childhood was a little choppy, but anyways, I was about 7 years old, and I was in elementary, and jacked up, bro. So my mom knew my dad had already planned to come out to pick us up because he's gonna take us to Disneyland. Okay, for the first time. Now remember, we're kids from the hood, so to us, Disneyland, we're like, what the fuck? And dad already remarried, and he came with his new wife to pick us up, and we're taking a week off, and we get to go to LA and go out there to go stay for like 3 nights and shit like that. It was so tight, right? Well, before I go on this trip, I end up catching headlights at school, and mom got the case of the fuck it's. She don't want to do a treatment on my hair, so what does she do? Shaves my hair, shaves all my hair off, shaves me bald. Yep, you heard. I'm 8 years old. About to go on a family trip to LA, and my mom shaved my damn hair. Well, you know how they say that sometimes people be doing despiteful shit and evil shit to other people, right? But God always has a way to conquer, I swear. So, anyways, I'm a firm believer and I believe in God. I don't go to church, but I do believe in God. I believe that God is an entity. I do not believe that God was a person. I feel like he's more of a power, something greater than myself. Definitely a vibe, an entity, it's a power, it's something forceful, something so strong, it's indescribable. Anyways, that's my belief, okay? So, God flipped it around. He's like, all right, you want to send you to Disneyland Bald? Well, okay. And I got my stepbrothers, whom I just had met too, and they're looking at us like, oh my God, because they thought they were so much better than us. But, anyways, so they're like looking at us like, I can't believe they're coming with us. Ah, ha, ha, they're so bald, right? Because my mom should have really took the time to sit down and clean my hair out like a real, like a mom should and does. Because you're supposed to do that. That's the time I had to wear little hats. And she didn't even buy me like the cool hats. No, they were like little knitted ass beanie looking like thing. Anyways, I got mad respect and love for people who are cancer survivors or cancer fighters, whatever, fuck cancer. But because, man, we were standing in line, right? Getting ready to go on a roller coaster. And one of the employees comes over there, and we're standing in line with our stepbrothers. And, they're just looking us up and down like, oh my God, look at their shoes. Look at this. Look at that. They're bald. Anyways, and the guy goes, hey, you guys don't have to wait in line. Come on up. And I'm thinking, what the hell? Is he talking to us? And he's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, come on. Come on. The handicapped people don't have to. They don't have to, especially if you're from Make-A-Wish Foundation. No, we have no wait period. Come on to the front of the line. I looked at my brother like, looked at my stepbrothers like, yeah, that's it now, mother. Yep, we from Make-A-Wish Foundation. Can escort us, please. And that was the funniest fucking day I've ever had in Disneyland Park. Not only did I get to the front of the line, everybody was so damn nice, and it worked out. You see, because she was probably trying to make my dad go through some scandalous stuff. You know how bitches be trifling. She probably did that shit on purpose because she had time to clean me out. Of course she did. But no, she decided to shave my hair off and then sends me with my dad and his new wife, makes them look embarrassed like, what the heck is wrong with these kids? You know, she sent us in the shittiest clothes, like trifling. Just trifling. Tell you that California life is trifling. Anyways, and it backfired on her. You see, because God don't like ugly and he ain't too fond of beautiful either, you know what I'm saying? So that shit was hilarious. Anyways, when I continue with my stories, I'll tell you guys the story about how I was in an abusive relationship and dude actually shaved my hair off. And when I reached out to my mom to try to tell her what had happened to me, she started laughing and she said, oh, well, did you get to go to the front of the line? You see, that is trifling mom. That's why I fucking strive on a daily to not be like her. On a daily. I swear to God. I swear. Because I try to give my kids something I wasn't accustomed to. And damn, that bitch wasn't accustomed to shit. She wasn't. She didn't even try to make it accustomed to us. Like, she just straight up did it. Anyways. So, that backfired on her, which was a good thing. And yeah, that's it for that episode. Disneyland, got my hair cut. I guess I should probably change the fucking screen. All right, I'm gonna get off this because I think it's too long. I think it's too long.